What's going on, Exiles? It's your boy Corey here. It's that time of year again. Grinding Gears Games just dropped a massive nuke unveiling all of the changes coming with Point 3, the Third Edict. This update is not only going to revamp a ton of the skills as we know it, but it's also going to introduce brand new skills entirely, which means new builds to cook up. These are my personal top 3 favorite skills from the video that I can't wait to get my hands on and cook builds around, as well as some honorary mentions. I hope you'll stick around and drop me a comment. Let's get into it. Wasting no time and getting right into it, guys. Number 1 on this list is a brand new skill coming to Point 3, and that is Forge Hammer, a skill where you will throw your mace and have the ability to call it back to you. Sound familiar? I thought so. I personally can't wait to try this, and it sounds incredibly badass. You can also use a war cry to then explode the mace, which will ignite an aftershock and create a fissure on the ground. You can also follow these up with more warrior slam type skills to create more fissures and chain them together. To make this even more incredible, they're adding another new skill, which is Ancestral Cry, which will essentially allow the warrior to go Super Saiyan mode, which will cause all of your melee strikes to trigger even more volcanic eruptions. At the end of the day, who doesn't want to be a badass magma god of war? I personally can't wait to try cooking builds around these skills. Drop me a comment, what do you think below? Number 2 on my list is another new skill coming to the game, and that is Palm Technique. Prior to this, monks had no real viable way to do hand-to-hand combat into the endgame. This all changes thanks to Hollow Palm Technique. This will allow the monks to truly feel like a master in hand-to-hand combat, and who really doesn't want to feel like a super badass ninja? Thanks to these changes, fist combat is going to feel better than ever, so I really can't wait to try it. On top of this, they're also adding additional key nodes like Walker of the Wilds, so you can easily get your mana back on top of this as well. You will now recover mana based on the different types of elemental damages, ensuring that you'll want to add elemental damages to your fist strikes. There's also no doubt that the new mechanic Deflection is highly going to benefit this build, so I personally cannot wait to see how well it performs. Another additional new skill, Unraveling, is essentially going to step up the chaos damage immensely for the monk, allowing us to be an absolute nightmare to enemies. Lastly, things like Embrace the Darkness and another new skill like Grasp of the Void. These skills are making it really hard not to choose the monk as my main role. What do you guys think? Last up on my list is Minions. I have yet to run a minion build, but this might just be the time as this introduction of the new Skeletal Brute, which will allow you to activate a hard-hitting, reviving Skeletal Brute that can also stun primed enemies and Warcry on command, just looks absolutely insane. The Warcry will also intimidate nearby enemies and consume freeze on them, which will deal damage in the area around them. It just looks absolutely insane. On top of this, they've also made changes to the way that your minions behave, essentially making them more aggressive, as well as making changes to the Skeletal Frost Mages, making them much more lethal. This certainly looks like the time to finally try out Minions to me. What do you guys think? I've heard a lot of different opinions on Minions up to this point, but this is really looking like the time to jump into it to me. What do you guys think? Please leave me a comment down below. Now, those are my personal 3 favorite from the video that I can't wait to try. There are obviously so many different builds and different varieties coming with all the additional support gem restrictions being lifted. However, these are a couple more honorary mentions that I thought I would additionally talk about that I personally thought were really exciting as well. First off is the Mortar Cannon. This just looks incredibly cool, very steampunk-like, just for the entire lore of the game. I just think it looks really, really cool. It goes hand in hand with that ranged, mechanical, steampunk type of feel, and it just looks badass to me. Then we have changes to the Toxic Growth, so it works as a range skill, so you really feel like an acid terrorizing maniac, just spreading poison all across the screen. We even have a change to the way that Ancestral Spirits is working, so you can feel like you're summoning a really awesome army of Ancestral Warriors. These all look so incredible, guys. I'd love to know what looks the most exciting to you, and what do you want to play? Also, out of those 3, what would you love to see me play? I honestly have not decided still, and I will be making a build guide on the one that I play, possibly some other videos as well, guys, depending on what we see. As always, much love. If you made it this far in the video, I really appreciate it. If you learned anything or I got anything wrong, I'd love to know. Please leave me a comment, guys. I always do my best to get back to you. Hope you're happy and well. I'll see you out there in the Third Edict.